Hello, I'm Nick Devine, and welcome to my video. Today, we're going to be looking at the Flatline RDA by Vitality Mods. Ooh, that's right, Vitality Mods. Oh, you can't be serious. I am not serious. Alright, but we are looking at the Flatline RDA by Vitality Mods. This you can get at vitalitymods.com in the US, or at UK. You could go to Second Vape, UK e-liquid specialists and devices and CBD. It looks like the cost is about $42.50. So I was sent one of these and I bought one of these. I would have bought this regardless. This was an RDA I seen on Instagram and I got excited about it. I thought it was a really cool looking deck. I liked how the cap looked, and the airflow is something that I enjoy quite a bit. So here it is, aside from the RDA. Now I have a black one here, but I also have a stainless one here. So we will look at the stainless cap and everything just so you could see it and all that. Alright, the decks are the same exact, but the caps are different just because one's stainless and one's black. Now this black one is brand spanking new. I gave this away over on Patreon, and we're going to put a build in it today, and it's going to go out in the mail. Now, it is kind of like a matte black, and on the front here you're going to see that it says Vitality right on the front with that kind of beep, 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 beep. That's a flatline, you see, when people die. If he dies, he dies. Okay. And then it's got 19 holes on each side for the airflow. This only has dual coil airflow. It doesn't have a single coil option, okay? And then it has the Vitality Mod symbol right here, okay? This cap, I really like how it looks. It's easy to turn. When you turn it, you're going to see the silver close up the holes. Alright. And on the bottom, we're going to see you get a serial number. I got 179, BK179. On the bottom of the stainless one, it's going to say SS, and I got 93. Okay. And it's going to say Vitality Mods Flatline RDA. We got a protruding 510 pin. And we got this screw here that's kind of, you know, it's in there. I don't know. I don't know how I like that screw too much, to tell you the truth. I don't know. Let me just get another and tell you, like, I kind of like it when they're flush because it seems like it's grabbing on more. But, I mean, listen, that's maybe a little nitpicky, but when I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's a little screw and it's really in there. But whatever, man. I mean, I always tighten these up anyway. I did have to tighten up the other one after like 5 builds, but I do that anyway, okay? So, let me just show you the cap again. It comes with this drip tip, this black, what is that, a 510 drip tip? I don't even know. And we could take this off. Here's where the airflow is. It has one O-ring. The tolerance is very good on this cap. It spins easily, but not too easily, you know? It's perfect. Machined very well, right? Let's just get this little guy for now. Alright, let's pop this cap off and look at it. So it is concave on the inside. And then you see these two little notches. It's got these little notches here. You can kind of see it. See that notch? That notch connects right here. Okay. And that's so the cap doesn't keep spinning, so you could take it off of your RD or off of your mod easier, and also so the airflow lines up. So it does have 2 flathead screws in the top. It's machined well. Now I guess this is called chatter when you see the little circles in the clamps and I actually like how that looks. Would I like it if it was super clean too? Yeah, but I actually quite like how stuff like that looks, as long as it's got like some sort of a pattern, you know? So it is what it is. Now these clamps are super big, and one of the messages I keep getting is it looks like there's a lot of build space taken up in that RDA. Yeah and no. You can't look at this like a goon like a goon where, you know, you need all this room down here to build. You can't really look at it like that. Look at it as more like a dead rabbit, right? Because that's what it is. It's kind of like a postless deck, only it's going to accept wider builds. All right. So I actually think I'm going to take a post out of one of these. I'm going to do it to mine though, just so we could see what it's like. All right. Now, that's what it looks like. It's got 2 O-rings. This is 25 millimeter around with the cap on. Okay. Here is the ocula. All right. And look at the post screw down here. You see how it's like flush and it's big? That's what I expect to see when I look underneath the stuff. Listen, it's so nitpicky. It really is. It's just nitpicky. But when I looked at it, it's just something I think about, man. It's something I think about, you know? So, I have in the bags, you get extra springs because these posts are spring loaded. You get extra screws for them posts. You get extra O-rings and you get a squonk pin. Awesome. I haven't tried the squonk with this yet. I probably should have tried that. All right. So what I want to do, this is the black one. This one's brand new. This one is mine and I plan on keeping it. What I'm going to do is I just kind of want to, okay. I kind of want to see what this thing's made of, you know? So what I'm going to do is, first of all, with these posts, what happens is they raise up. All right, so when you unscrew, it raises up. Now, you're not just trapping your coils inside of there. Like, you're not just pushing your coils in. Your coils are going to go down, kind of like a dead rabbit. And saying that, now, you don't really want to spin these when you're installing. I'm just showing you an example of something. When you put your wire into there, let me get a wire to put into there. When you put your wire into the hole, it's like the dead rabbit, where the wire goes through it and you could cut it down there. You know, there's enough space to cut it. I've done a build video and I've done this. So the wire does have a hole to go down there, and then you screw down your leads, you see. Now, you do want to make sure you cut them if they're too long. If they're a little long, I leave them. You can leave them, sure. All right. So it does have these holes. So to see them better, I want to take this apart. Now also look at the clamps. See how they're angled? That's going to help you install. It's going to help you slip that wire in there. See, I could put my whole screwdriver in there. You're going to be able to slip your wire in there, and it's also going to help it grab better. All right. So I'm going to actually take this guy apart. So just in case you ever wanted to put it together, it's the screw with the spring on it, and there's the clamp box. All right, so we leave them on, and that's what it looks like there. So it's kind of just, you know, a square with 2 slots down there. All right, that's what the other one looks like too. And you know what? Let's go crazy. Let's go crazy. So if you wanted to change the squonk pin, you would take this guy out, but you want that to stay in. You definitely want this to stay in. That's a hard insulator. I don't know what insulators are good or not, but that insulator is pretty hard. Usually, I don't know, usually good insulators are a little softer, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about insulators. But yeah. And then this is an insulator as well that could be popped out if I wanted to, but I don't think I want to do that. Alright, I'd rather just leave that alone. But if you wanted to put your squonk pin in, that's the screw you would undo. You would make sure that this insulator goes back in. And you would put your squonk pin in, just like this. And you would make sure it's grabbing. And spin that guy in there. Alright, it's going to grab that post, make sure it sucks in all the way. And every once in a while, after every couple builds, I like to just tighten up screws on my RDAs. I do it just about every build. I just make sure everything's all tight and everything. We don't want no accident. I do want to see this, though. Yeah, see, it's... I mean, it is what it is. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like taking things apart and just looking at it. Now this is a Phillips head, but I can put it back with a flathead if I like. I may choose to do this later. Looks like this screwdriver is magnetized, and I didn't even ask it to be magnetized. Once it grabs, it sucks that post right up, and there we go. Beautiful. Now, I am going to do my build section right here. And what I usually do is I usually try a couple different builds. Now, my first couple builds, you're not going to see me install them. I'm going to do that off camera because in this video would be way too long if I did that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install a couple of different kinds of coils in this thing and show you what fits, what doesn't, and every single one I'm going to put the cap on just because a lot of people are asking me about the clamps. Are they taking up too much space? But my argument with that is no, actually you have the whole top to build on because it's like a postless deck. It's not really like a goon style or a twisted messes style where the coil goes here. You're actually going to want to keep your coils high. Alright? Here is a pair of fuse Claptons installed in the flatline RDA. These are 2536, I believe. 6 wraps around a 3mm. You see they're high up. Right there. Alright, here are some series aliens in here. These are like a 10 wrap around a 3.5. I forget the gauge wires they are, but they're very long coils for series. And they're a pretty flat build. You see them clamps are going down, and this is how high you're going to want to install coils, but we'll get to that too. Let me just throw the cap on and show you that it's good. The cap is touching the notches. 1 second. It's touching them notches there. All I gotta do is put it on, turn it, and push down at the same time. And there you go. That actually may be touching a little. I think it definitely touched a little. Let's bring them up a little more. Like that. Let's see how that does. That should be good. Let's listen. I feel nothing, I hear nothing. Beautiful. So yeah, you're just going to want to put longer coils a little higher. And there you go. Let's go on to the next coil. Let's put something pretty big in here. Alright, so the cap is on. The airflow is moving. No sounds, no feeling. And we got some pretty big, like, super Staggertons in there. These are like 18 ply big boys. Let me see if I can get a little closer. They're very big coils. Alright, let's try something else. Let's do something a little crazier. Alright, now here's a crazy big cage build made of 2 aliens, and you see, if we wanted to take pictures of it and stuff, I mean, I don't know why you would vape something like this anyway, so the cap not fitting on, I mean, it's obviously not going to fit on. But that's not really an issue with this. If you just wanted to take a picture of your coil, it fits in there fine. Now, your clamps are going to kind of go lopsided, but if you were to do it dual for some reason, they would even out. It's just because there's only one coil on one side that the clamps are going to do that. Alright, but the cap isn't going to go on without issue, so we're going to just leave that off. But if you just wanted something to stand a coil in, take some pictures, it'll do it. I'm going to insert a picture here of another coil I did. I did a single coil where I use this hole here and the opposite 2 holes to install there, and it was a little tricky getting around to screw down, but I was able to do it. It wasn't that hard. It was just, you know, I just had to avoid the coil a little bit, screw it down while the screw was up, and you could do that too. You could do a single coil right in the middle, but this is going to be more for your dual coils. Cap is on and it's spinning. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Inception. Coil inside of a coil. And it's grabbing both these coils very well. Both of them are being grabbed very well. They're not moving, neither one of them, from either side. Very nice. They're both in there good. Alright. There it is. Let's get to our installs. One more thing, actually. If you want to do round wire, you're going to want to do a lot of reps, and you're going to want to space it. It'll go in there. These posts are as far apart as they are, they're also close together. You know what I mean? You just got to make it from here to here. That's it. Alright, let's do our installs. Alright, so for my flatline, I'm going to install a set of 3 core stainless steel aliens. I'm actually going to put an extra wrap into each of these, and we're going to install it into my RDA. And we're going to wick it up and everything, just so I could show you how I wick it. The wicks are pretty long, just like the dead rabbit. So here we go. Put this extra wrap in it. Now it's a 6 wrap. And I do like to bend the leads for this RDA. Alright, and I've done another coil install video for this RDA, and I kind of just cut it flush here. Now I've learned with installing a couple other coils that I like to add a little more, actually, just a little bit. So not quite flush up against it, just a little more. Alright, I got both my coils there, and now I'm going to take my RDA, grab the coil like that. Now I do bring these clamps up pretty high. They don't have to go all the way up, but you know, more open than not. The spring will push them up. And then I just stick them in there. You could see the alien coming through, you see it? And that'll hold it there. And I'm going to take this one, same thing, and I'm going to stick them into there. Alright. I'm going to kind of straighten them out a little bit, which is pretty easy to do. And I'm going to start snugging these down. Now, I don't like to go all the way right away. I go a little bit. Kind of keep my thumb there so it doesn't spin. And then I like to kind of lift my coils up a bit before I really sink it down. And that bend in the lead that I put is going to help it hold it there. Once you get it snug and then you pull it up, you're going to feel that angle that I bent into the lead. You're going to feel it kind of grab, and it's going to stay there now. And then I can make sure they're even and screw it on home. Alright. Now I'm just going to raise this guy up a bit and center him. I'm going to raise this guy up a bit and center him. And that's what you want right there. I could probably afford to tighten this down a little better. Boom. Alright, I will heat these off camera and we'll come back and wick it, okay? But first, I'm going to install a set of 5-core stagger fuse Claptons in here, and this is for my Patreon winner. Alright, we built a set of 5-core. Today I'm going to be using this Holy Fiber premium wicking material. You deserve the best. I deserve the best. Holy Fiber. It's the first time I'm using this. This was sent over from Black Cat White Face. He also sent me a t-shirt, which I'm actually wearing right now. You will see that when we go up close. But I do want to show you how I wick this stuff. This cotton feels really nice. It's kind of got like a... It's got like that real cotton feel. It feels like if you do this. I know that makes some people cringe, but that's stupid. I don't understand how that's even possible. Kind of like being scared of clowns. That's stupid. So I'm going to cut a little bit of this Holy Fiber off. I'm going to take a strand off that would fit a 3mm coil. And I'm going to twist her up. This might be a lot more cotton than what I need. Whenever using new cotton, I always, you see I got my coils all colored up and they're all, hot spots are all out, so. And I'm gonna want to take this cotton. I probably should have cut it a little bigger so I could have used it for both sides, but it looks like I'm just gonna have to do one of these deals. Twist them up. Very fluffy, this cotton. It feels expensive, I'll tell you that. Alright. And then you're gonna want this cotton to go all the way down and touch that dish. Now, I don't like it to curve over in the dish, but I do like it to touch the bottom of the dish. I keep using Dead Rabbit as an example, and that's because I think it's a good example. The Dead Rabbit, you need large wicks in. Same thing with the drop RDA, same thing with like the Golem, right? Same thing with a lot of RDAs that are kind of drop-in coil install, right? And just like the Dead Rabbit, do that. We want to make sure the cotton's not touching the bottom of the coil so the air gets all the way around. But we just want to make sure that that cotton touches the bottom of the deck so that when we drip, it'll grab it up from the juice well. Alright. Alright. And we are good to go. Alright. There you are. Actually, let me put my cap on here. And here we go. And one of these days I'll do a short video on this Holy Fiber wick. I want to spend a little more time with it. For now, we're going to go up close. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the flatline, tell you my thoughts, and we will get out of here. Alright, the Vitality Mods Flatline RDA. Now before I go any further, once again this was sent over for the purposes of review, purposes of taking a couple pictures on Instagram. The company contacted me after I said something in the video about I would love to try the RDA. I talked to the guy a little bit. He's the one that told me about raising the coils up for the best flavor, all that. He wanted to send me over one, and I also wanted to purchase one so I could give it away for Patreon and just to support, because I thought it looked like a really cool RDA. Now, they did send this paper, which I wish most companies would send something like this, just to tell you, you know, what they want you to know. Vitality Mod Co. is excited to announce our new Flatline RDA. The Flatline RDA has a one-in-a-kind deck design that has never been seen before in the vape industry. The Flatline RDA is the definition of style and quality, sold at a competitive price. It is 25mm in diameter RDA with a vertical wedge-style clamp system with cutout windows designed with every vapor in mind, from the new builder to the advanced builder. Ava! Can you keep it down, please? With the new spring-loaded wedge-style clamps, the Flatline can handle any coil you want to throw at it, and is guaranteed to bring your coil experience to the next level with flavor and clouds. Here at Vitality Mod Co., we stand behind our first-hand customer service, innovative design, and support of the vape community to bring you the highest level of vaping. And then it has a list of what this thing includes: 25mm high quality stainless steel deck and cap, multiple airflow control options with a locking cap. It is designed cuts in the AFC for the mouth to lung and direct lung vapors in mind. Mouth to lung. It has quality O-rings for ease of adjustment to meet your perfect airflow demands. Beehive style 19 slot airflow with multiple options. Deep drip well. Spring loaded clamp style 2-post build deck with windows cut out for easy installation and trimming of your coils. BF pin bottom fed pin included with the spare spring, 510 pin, and spare parts bag. 10mm by 9mm each clamp, designed by our proud worldwide company, available in stainless steel and black. And then it tells you where to get it. Alright, so that's what they sent over. Now, build-wise, it's a cool build RDA. You could do things in this that you can't do in others. You could get creative with this thing. It's very different. It's a different kind of build deck. It's got them square clamps at the bottom. Now, you do want to put them coils up because the cap will touch them coils. Even these aliens that I put in there, I didn't put them high enough and they were touching the cap. So you pretty much have to raise them coils every time. So you install them. Install is simple. It's simple. But then you got to raise the coils up. No big deal. Usually you have to put them down, like in the rebirth, you have to put them down. All that stuff. Build-wise, it's a cool build atomizer. Can you throw whatever you want at it? Nah, I mean, maybe. Personally, I think it's a better vaping atomizer than it is a build atomizer. Now, if anybody ever watches my videos, which I think some of you do, I don't know. I always state that the best airflow you're going to get in an RDA is bottom up, like the Kennedy, kind of like the Rebirth. After that, after bottom up, I think it's these style holes. So when I seen a build deck that was kind of like the Golem, because it is kind of like the Golem, I gotta compare that to the Golem, because it is kind of like the Golem, and the honeycomb airflow, once I seen them two, I said, sign me up. Sign me up. That looks awesome. A lot of the people keep contacting me about, it looks like the clamps take up a lot of the build space. I don't think you're wrong in saying that. I don't. I think they might. They might. But it's different. You know, like, it's a give and take, man. If you want something new, you got to take away from something else. I say this all the time. If you want bottom airflow, it's a give and take. You might have a drippy atomizer. If you want, it's just always a give and take. Always a give and take there. If you want one screw in your clamp, you're going to have a big fucking clamp. That's just how it is, If you want a cloudy atomizer, you're going to lose a little bit of flavor. This thing is very good at combining clouds and flavor. It's one of them atomizers where it's not just a cloud atomizer. I think it's definitely not a mouth-to-lung atomizer. Just because you could put one hole in it, I don't think you could call it a mouth-to-lung. I don't think anybody in their right mind would use it for mouth-to-lung. But everybody else puts that their RDA does mouth-to-lung, so why don't we all just do it? The looks of this RDA I like quite a bit. So, let's just do scale 1 to 10. Looks, vape, building. Looks-wise, when it comes to atomizers, I'd give this about an 8 out of a 10. Vape-wise, as an atomizer that you could put fairly big coils in, that's pretty much a cloud chaser. Vape-wise, I'd give it around an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Build-wise, for a building atomizer, I'd give it around a 7. Okay, so this is a really good RDA. For $45, it's a really good RDA. Is it something that we've never seen before? No, but it's a mixture of a couple things that have never been mixed before, like that bottom, that coil drop in with the airflow honeycomb. With these kinds of clamps, you don't see these kinds of clamps very often, where it's just a big block on the top, like the Golem, kind of. You could compare the Golem and this, kind of. Just kind of. They're still very different. Still very, very different. This clamp has not been seen before, so very good. I mean, it's very well machined, very good price, and it vapes really good. I've had this RDA for, it's got to be about 5 weeks now. I've had to have it for 5 weeks, and I vape it damn near every day. It's been in my rotation the whole time. I love how it vapes. I just really like honeycomb airflow, especially with aliens. Looks good on like all my mechs. It'll look good on box mods. I mean, I just like the top. I like how the top looks. I think that's a really cool design for the airflow. Let me do this. For the airflow here. This at the top. I just think that that's a really cool design there. I've dropped this stainless steel one quite a bit, and it's still all good. I mean, you could even see a scar in the top of the drip tip there. I've dropped it quite a bit. It's still holding up very well. I have put low builds in here. I've put high builds in here. All of them vape good. There was a little thing going on with one of the builders had a problem with the pin broke. I don't even want to name his name. He's a buddy of mine. He had a problem with his flatline. He said it was because he put like a 0.8 build in there, and I guess the insulator melted. I've been vaping this for so long. I just had a 0.07 build in there, rocking it on a mech mod for about a week and a half. I've had no problems. I think that was just a situation where sometimes people get bad parts. When I opened it up in this video and I looked at the insulator, it looked like it could have had a better insulator, but I don't know insulators. I'm not a professional on insulators. I just didn't go to school for it. So sue me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do I recommend this? I do. Especially if you're a collector, if you're a builder, and if you like a good vape and you're just looking for a new RDA to buy. There's not a lot of RDAs coming out now. I think it's just the perfect time for an RDA like this, man. I do recommend it. I do. So, saying that, I hope you enjoyed. Hit like, subscribe, comment. Check me out on Tuesdays at 7:30. Build some coils. If you want to support the channel, go over to Patreon. If you don't, no big deal. Check me out on Instagram and .divine83. I am out of here. I'm going to try to get this video up as soon as possible. Thank you very much, Vitality Mods, for sending this over and letting me purchase it early. Thank you, Black Hat White Face, for the Holy Fiber t-shirt and the Holy Fiber cotton. I am out. It looks like this video is going to be pretty long. Sorry. So sue me.